Hello and welcome to another Spectrum Geeks video. My name is Dale, and in today's video we're going to be talking about my solar PV stats for September 2024. So this video is a little bit late. I'm just really struggling to get time to make content at the moment around work and all the renovation stuff, but I thought I'd get this video out because I still think it's interesting to kind of share, compare and contrast different solar PV performances. And as you'll see in this video, it's my worst month so far with this new solar setup. Again, it's still not obviously been a year, but what I've noticed, especially for this month, obviously the weather has not been brilliant anyway, but also now the sun is lower in the sky, I'm seeing even more, which I should have really factored in originally, I think, is that I'm getting a lot of shading from the trees to the side of my house. And it's done now. I could retrofit things, but I am kind of half wondering if I should have got the optimizers for each of the panels to kind of mean that when the shading does occur, it doesn't obviously just devalue, or I guess depower the strings of the solar. But anyway, we'll get cracking. As always, I'd like to hear feedback from you in the comments, particularly on kind of where you are, size of your solar array, and how it's performed. So here I'm in Worcestershire, UK. My solar array is south facing, just over 5 kilowatts. And with that, I also have a Tesla Powerwall 2, which enables you to have 13.5 kilowatt hours of usable energy. I've got two 9.5 kilowatt hour GivEnergy batteries as well. And I also have a Zappi for charging electric cars and an Eddy for heating our hot water. So let's jump into it. So in September, the system only generated 344.96 kilowatt hours. So not fantastic. And of that 344.96, we were able to utilize 337.96. And of that, 233.03 went into the home, and 104.93 kilowatt hours went into charging the batteries. Now, from the batteries, obviously in addition to that, some of it came from the grid in off-peak, which I'll touch on that at the end in terms of how we're using at peak times. But 538.18 kilowatt hours came from the batteries into powering the house. So what's even more important if you're thinking about batteries is in the winter, batteries are helpful, again, that you can charge them up off peak and then discharge that energy during peak times. Obviously in the peak of the summer, when you have a massive solar excess, it's great to have to put those into your batteries and be able to use it in the evening as well. From the grid, we pulled 1,183.50 kilowatt hours for the month. 758.88 kilowatts of that went directly into the house, so that's off peak stuff. So that's going to be charging cars, heating hot water, obviously just running appliances in the home, and then 424.62 kilowatt hours of that going directly into the GivEnergy batteries. Some of that 758 is also going to the Powerwall, as well as actually some of that energy from the GivEnergy batteries also topping up the power as well. I still got a bit more tweaking to do. I want it to be another month or so until I do a conclusive video on how well AC and DC batteries are working together in the same house. So if we look at the solar generation for the month, you can see the highest day was on the 17th, so 23.79 kilowatt hours of energy, and the worst being Monday the 23rd, only 0.94 kilowatt hours of energy generated on the 23rd. It really has been a poopy month. In terms of the batteries, in terms of charging, Monday the 9th was the day that we put the most energy into those batteries, 26.91 kilowatt hours of energy in there, and the best day that of discharge was on Friday the 6th. We pulled 23.38 kilowatt hours of energy out as well. One thing that is a slight update, again there'll be a separate video once it's all finished, You can probably see above me because I'm also in my new office, which also isn't finished yet, but I'm getting there. We now have air to air for most of our heating, and so obviously not using gas as the weather's getting colder. So there's a bit more of an energy consumption for air to air as well. So it's going to be interesting for me over the next couple of months as it starts to get colder, comparing the energy used from electric compared to what I used to be using for gas for heating as well. But again, that's going to be separate videos on that. Again, if we look at some of the grid import, highest day was on Sunday the 22nd, 70.16 kilowatt hours of energy. So again, charging up all the batteries, heating the hot water, and charging the car as well. And exported, there was, as you saw earlier, I think it's only 7 kilowatt hours or something exported from solar, but there is also some export that's coming, I guess, from a grid perspective in the batteries and stuff. So yeah, that kind of brings us up to kind of where we are with the energy uses. If I look at the payback, and this is how I try and factor things in, not including currently in the month by month, the savings of not having to pay for gas and fuel because the car's electric, all that sort of stuff. So just to re-clarify, 344.96 kilowatt hours generated. Of that, we used 337.96 kilowatt hours, which meant that was £77.07 worth of electricity we didn't have to buy from the grid. For the little bit we exported for the month, we get paid £7 for that. Sorry, we only exported 7 kilowatts, didn't we? We only get paid like £1.05 for that. Then from the grid, 104.93 kilowatt hours of energy went into the batteries, and that meant that saved us £16.58. If I just look over the camera, that means a total of £94.71 going back into our solar PV and battery payback kitty. So again, it'll be when we get to next May, that'll have been a year with this solar PV setup, and we can start to work out what is the payback going to be. My previous system was paid back in like 5 years. I think this is probably going to be 7 or 8, I think, unless energy prices significantly go up, because again, in the past we had the feed-in tariff payments as well. So just to finish up, just a couple more bits of information. So obviously some of that energy from the grid and solar, like I said, is going into the batteries, hot water, and the car. I have actually now raised a ticket on the MyEnergi forums about the fact that I still think it's a shame that in the app you can't see the balance of how much was green versus grid in terms of heating hot water and everything. But for the Powerwall 2, 123.4 kilowatt hours of energy in total went in to the Powerwall, and we got 107.4 kilowatt hours of energy out of it during the month. For the Zappi, we put 466.6 kilowatt hours of energy into our 2 electric vehicles over the month. And then finally for hot water, 192.9 kilowatt hours of energy into heating hot water. So that's the update. Like I said, I'm really glad that I'm able to utilize the 6 hours off peak with Octopus Intelligence Go. If you are looking to change energy provider and you want to hopefully get a better deal, you could use my referral link. Both you and I will both get £50 credited to your bill. I'm glad I got the batteries. I have to keep not trying to compare my current smaller solar array to my old one. I had 30 panels on my old house, and I have 12 panels here, so it's always going to be significantly different. So just adjusting to that, and I do still need to see how I can reduce power usage month by month, but still charging up so many batteries and using power tools and all sorts of stuff at the minute. Once we kind of get over the big bulk of this renovation and just kind of get back to the basic stuff, I'll be able to get a better grip on things, I think. But thanks very much for watching. As mentioned at the beginning, please share comments and feedback in the comments section. Let me know how your system has performed. Also any feedback or comments that you have, other content you might want to see in the future. But as always, thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you in the next video. Take care of yourself, and goodbye for now.
Bye.